Hi guys, it's Tracy from Stampin' Away with Tracy, and I want to show you some must-haves that Stampin' Up! Has that I use every day crafting, whether it be cards or scrapbooks or tags or making boxes, just whatever. These are a lot of the products that are standard for me, and I just want to show you what works for me. First thing we're going to start with is Stampin' Up! Blocks. Now, you can buy this case, which you don't have to have for sure. I just do because I do travel and go places. So I did buy this case, but these are the sizes of the blocks. And I want to show you about the blocks. I like them. They're numbered, and on the catalog, the number will tell you beside the stamp set what size block you need. So that's very helpful. So, and they're thick, and it has a groove for your fingers. See that? So I really like the groove for your fingers to hold them and stamp with. And they have many sizes. They have these four, sorry. And then on the other side, they have all of these. And like I said, this one's A, and it's numbered. So you always know what you need when you look at the catalog and look at the stamp set. So that's a good thing. So their blocks are really nice. I've had the same blocks for years. They last forever. Okay, let me just put that up. Let's go on to the next thing. The next thing is Stampin' Up! Has a Shammy. It's called Simply Shammy, and I love it. This is what it looks like brand new. And this is what mine looks like. But it works just as well like this as it does with this. All you do is, should have had a stamp out ready for you. All you do is take your stamp, put it on your block. It's on your block like this. And clean it, and the stamp will come off clean. Now, I gotta be honest, I was a bit skeptical when they first came out with this Shammy. I thought there's no way that anything is that easy, and it really is that easy. This Shammy, I believe, is $9 in the catalog. It is a great buy, and you know, I can't tell you how much I have saved cleaning my stamps like this time. And I keep it in an empty Stampin' Up! Case. And that's how I store mine. That's one thing I can't live without. The next thing is tools from Stampin' Up! I love their scissors. They're lightweight. Mine are dirty. You can tell I've really used them. These are for lefties or righties. They're only $10, and they're a great buy. They're very quality. They're sharp. You know, they do a good job. And like I said, I'm a lefty, so I'm kind of particular about my scissors. So I really like these. The next one is the pick tool. Love this. This one end is like a spatula, and I love to get my embellishments off. Then you just unscrew this like this, and it has a pick in it. You can also buy a brush for your dies to put in the end of it. I don't have that because I have the old one that still works for me, but actually they have this end that goes in the end of this, and you can just use it to get your dies clean, which is great. The other end picks up embellishments. It's kind of sticky, so you can pick up embellishments off of things. See how I picked that little piece of paper up? And it comes off, and then I'll pick this other one up. See how easily that picked that up? So that's what the other end is for. But I have to be honest, the spatula I use more than anything. And that's been a great tool for me. Love it. The next thing I'm going to talk about is Wink of Stella. Now, I don't know that this is considered a tool. I consider it a tool because I use it so often and so much and on so many projects. You can add a little bit of Wink of Stella, and it just goes a long way. This is the tip, and you just paint with it like a brush. When you need more, it says push. You just gently squeeze, and it comes down into this chamber and then disperses in your pen. It's very easy to use, and it lasts one pen lasts for a long time. And I think these are $9, so it's just a really great value. Okay, I'm going to talk about adhesives next. And this is called Snail, and it's permanent, and it just rolls around. It's perfect. Let me give you an example here. It's just so easy to use. Well, see how easy that is? Can you see that? It rolls around. I like it also because it has the little thing. So if you're traveling, you can put the lid on it. And it just rolls like a dream. It sticks really well. It's just great. I love the Snail. Also, something I use on everything I make is this multi-liquid glue from Tombow Mono Liquid Glue. I love this. I use it all the time. It gives you a little bit of wiggle room to move it around exactly where you want it. I love it. It has two tips. It has the smaller end, and then it has the larger end, which is here. Which, like you can see, I don't use the larger end as often as I use the smaller end. Now, I also keep it upside down in my Minnie Mouse shot class so that when I'm ready to use it, the glue is at the end, the tip, and I can just squeeze and I don't get like a squish of air mixed with glue that gets everywhere. So I really like this. And I really, really like that. Now, here's two other things. The Stampin' Dimensionals I really like. They come in two sizes. I'm going to show you. See the larger size? And here's a smaller size so you compare. So they have minis and regulars. These minis are great for smaller projects or doing little, putting your embellishments on. If you've got, you know, you've made a button to put on or anything like that, these are great. And they stick really, really well, and you'll really like that part of it. One other thing I really like from Stampin' Up, the Stampin' Up chalk marker. I have used this so many things. Eyes for Halloween is one thing I can think of, and it is just like a marker, and it writes white. I love this. Now, I can't say that I use it every day, but I do use it, and when you need something to make eyes or snowflakes or something like that, this is great. And this is the Stampin' chalk marker. The next thing I want to talk about is their watercolor pencils. Watercolor pencil is my very favorite thing to work with. They are very forgiving and easy to work with. They have two sets, Stampin' Up does. I keep them in a case that Stampin' Up sells these. They're very inexpensive. And everything for watercolor pencils is in this box, which I love that part because it's all together. I just have to grab one thing. Stampin' Up has two sets, set 1 and set 2. $16 and $12. They're a great price point. Great price point. They have multiple colors. On the back, it also tells you the different colors that's included in this colored pencil. Now this is assortment 2, and this also has more colors, and it's on the back. So you really have one of just about everything that you would need. There's 30 combination. Love them. But I tell you what makes the watercolor pencils really take notice and set up off your page and be beautiful are these, I forgot what they were, blender pens. Blender pens. And you get 3 in a package, $12, I believe, for 3. Comes in this package. Very inexpensive. I have used these forever, and I use my watercolor pencils a lot. So these last forever. You get different tips on these. And then this one is a finer. So that's what all of these tips are good. I love these things. I use them all the time with my colored pencils. Like I said, I keep everything in one box, so when I need to grab colored pencils for a project, I can just grab this and go. If I'm going to a weekend retreat or to a crop, I mean, everything's in the box. So I really like the way you can put this system together for storage wise. And I don't have a big space. I don't have a huge studio like some do. So I really need things that can be put together in one place. And that's really helpful to me. the next thing I want to talk about is our trimmer, which I love. It's only $25 and it trims and scores. Now, I'm going to put it so you can see. Let me do it this way. Now you can see it. Now, the trimmer is here. It just glides along. I really like it. This is a new one. Stampin' Up! Has not had out but just a few months, maybe 3 months. And I have really, really used it. And it's worked really, really well. No problems at all with this. I like the new blades. They're a little bigger and they're sharper here. Now, this is the score. So you can have a scoreboard and a trimmer in one. I love that. Also, it has this swing arm that goes out to 17 inches. Like this. So it swings out to 17 inches. And I really like that because it gives you a little more room to do little bigger projects. It's also thinner. It's thin. And you can actually hang it up on the wall if you have pegboard, which I really like that feature to it too. So this is something that I use every time I am in my craft room making something. I'm using this. Now, I only have one more thing to tell you about that is a must-have, and that is the Stamp Aratus, which is the stamp positioning tool that Stampin' Up! Has. Now, I use sticky grid on here so you can just stick the paper down and I don't have to use magnets. That's just what I prefer. You don't have to do that. And also, I took one of the grid papers and I laminated it so that I can use it over and over and I'm not wasteful. And this sticky grid I've used forever. So if you have the red rubber, you don't need all this. You can put the red rubber right down on here with your huge, they have huge magnets that hold really good. So you can use the huge magnets and it sets right down and they're nice and strong. Myself, the sticky grid worked for me and, you know, it just works for me. It just is my thing. So I put my cardstock right down on my sticky grid, line it up like that. Now, if you're using a polymer stamp, you need this behind it, and Stampin' Up! Sends that to you, but I'm not going to use them. Use red rubber. So, I'm just going to get any stamp out to show you, and I want to stamp this here. I want to make sure you guys can see good. Stamp that right there. Now, what's special about the Stamp Aratus is it has 2 hinges. I'm going to move that so you all can see it. It has 2 hinges. You can hinge the Stamp Aratus at the top of it, or you can hinge the Stamp Aratus here at the side. See that? Love that. So you really have 2 work surfaces. You have 2 grids to work with, and I love that. See? Whoops. Duh. Let's see. Picks it up perfectly. Now, also, what I like about the Stamp Aratus is if you want to do like a hello, 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 and you want it to be perfect, you can do this with the Stamp Aratus. You would stamp, stamp, and stamp, just all the way down. This is why I love the Stamp Aratus. This is just really why I love this product. It's worked really well for me. It's very versatile. I love that. I love that it's very versatile and it comes with the 2 acrylic plates, one across the top and one down the side. And I also like the 2 acrylic plates because if you're doing something, a project, you're going to make 50 cards or invitations, you can set it up on one of the acrylics. Put it away if you're not quite done with it, but if you have to do another project, you still have another acrylic, and it all comes with it, so you don't have to order your second acrylic. So I have to say that I really like that part about the Stamp Aratus. I really do. That's just my opinion. It works for me, and so that's worked really well. Now, with this stamp Aratus that has a carrying case, which it's not, you don't have to get it. I did purchase it. I do use it. I do like to travel and go to crops and do different things at friends. So it's just easier for me to put it in this case. And it all comes in this case and everything stores in here. And of course it has Stampin' Up on it. So I did buy the carrying case. It's not necessary. You certainly don't have to have it. But I definitely love the stamp Aratus, and I do use it all the time. So these are the things that I use all the time from Stampin' Up. I just wanted to share with you. And I wanted to let you know that these are the things that work for me. I hope that they work for you. I hope it gives you some good ideas. And if you have any questions, please leave it below. If you don't mind to subscribe and share and comment and let me know what you think about it. And I certainly appreciate everyone. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.